is image search? So image search is a specialized data search used to find the relevant images. To search for an image, a user may provide query terms like any keyword, image link, and the system will return the similar images to the query. The similarity used for the search criteria could be the metadata, tags, any keywords, color distribution in the image, and the description of the image or the content of the image, etc. On the basis of the search criteria we use, we have different types of image search engine. First being the search by metadata. Here, the metadata of the image is indexed and stored in a large database. And when a search query is performed, basically the search engine looks at the database, and when the queries match with our stored information, results are presented to us. Second one being the content based. In the content based means the search analyzes the content of the image rather than the metadata such as the keywords, tags, or anything description associated with the image. Here the content can be anything like the image color, shape, its texture, or any other information that we can derive from the image. So we have different types of models in the content based. First being the classification model, in which we have predefined n number of categories and we classify on the basis of that categories. And another one being the generic search model, that is not limited for the number of the categories or the metadata, and plus we also don't have to retrain on our new corpus. So what are the problem with the traditional approach? In the search by metadata, in which we basically have the tags associated with the images, search engine uses the lexical approach. And if like they basically search for the individual tokens and their frequency in the document, and if our particular image matches has that tag that we use for the query, it will return for the images. So like if I show, so here if we have the query kids running, in the search by metadata, what happens is it will search for the keywords like the token kids running, and any images with which have the words like the kids will be returned. So, and for the classification model, it is good at predicting for the n categories, but for the longer queries, and if we want to specify the semantic of a query, it will not perform that much good. So, what is the semantic image search? In the semantic image search, the word semantic refers to the meaning of something. And basically, we try to improve our search by understanding the user's meaning, what they want, and it will eventually will understand our users want and will increase the business value. Like in the same query we have kids running, it will understand like we want kids like more than one kid, so it is understanding we want kids and that too running part, so it is describing the running part also and kids also. So for implementing the semantic image search, I have used the CLIP model. CLIP is the contrastive language image pre-training. It is a zero shot classifier, meaning that we don't have to classify, like we don't have to train it on our specific data set, we can directly use it. And it is already like pre-trained on over 400 million text to pair, and that image is pair also scrapped from the net. And what this happens is like this allows the models like transformer models ability to extract the semantic meaning, what is the meaning of our text, so that it can classify more appropriately. So and clip model learns the relationship between the whole sentence and the image it describes, in the sense that if we give any input sentence, it will be able to retrieve the most related images corresponding to the that sentence. So going forward with the clip architecture uses the contrastive learning. Contrastive learning is an approach where we find the similar and the dissimilar images. And suppose like if I have a query image of a cat and I give it some image, like I have the image of a cat and I give a query, text query, image of a cat. Both are the similar things, so it will try to minimize the distance in a feature space. But if I give a query image of a dog and this image I gave, it will try to maximize the distance between the same. So if I say like the clip uses a bundle of the images and their text corresponding to them, then we use a image encoder. It uses like a visual transformer for that and gives some encoding for the each image. Like if we have the n image data set, it will give the image encoding I1, I2 for the image set. And similarly, we have the text and we use the text encoder for that and it gives us the different text encoders. And in the feature space, it uses the 5 and 2 feature dimension. So in the training part, what it does is it tries to find out which image will be best paired with which text. So like we in the training part, we know like I1 will be best paired with T1, but it uses like for which I1, which text is best appropriate, and also for which text, which image is best appropriate. So there is this thing like this row, and it then uses its loss value and calculate the each pair with that thing. So that's the clip architecture it uses, and it's the contrastive learning it uses here.
Okay, basically here we are trying to reduce the loss in such a way that each text part is connected to the image. If it is connected, then yes, the loss will be minimized. If it is not, then the loss will be increased. So the optimization function over here is trying to minimize the overall loss so that we
Yeah.
understand the text and the image connection better.
Yeah, or also the contrastive learning in the sense like it will minimize the distance between I1 and T1 and will increase the distance between I1 and the T2 or any other text. So if we go with the advantage of the clip, firstly, like clip learn from the unfiltered, highly varied, and the highly noisy data because the data is directly scraped from the internet. So it basically it gives us the power of the zero shot manner so that we can directly use it in our own data. And then clip is like more flexible than and general than the existing model because we can perform on different data set. Any data set like for the newspaper or any media company, for any data set, we can directly use it. So this is something like we can create also our own classifier and we can linear probably use the clip. So if we go forward with the implementation of a clip, on a higher level, what we have to do is we have to install the clip repo and other dependencies on this. And we will just simply load the clip model in our program and we'll use the clip API for encoding the image dataset and the text into the features. And then we can calculate the similarity between the images and the query. So what we have implemented is this, like we have used the image dataset that is approx of 2 million images in that, and we extracted the image embeddings from the same and stored that on our cloud storage. So in our part, when the client make any search query, in our search app, the clip text encoder will encode the text and we will fetch the embeddings file, like images embedding file from the cloud storage and we'll do the best search criteria.
If we have got, let's say, billions of images, then the only thing which more would needed to be done over here is the connection between that search app to the storage, so where we are trying to match the embeddings. But clip image encoder and the other text encoder, the architecture will be the same. The way you are connecting and trying to search, that part might need some twisting if it is expanding, but what we have currently done is on the millions of images it is working fine.
Yeah, the deployment can be horizontally scalable, so you can parallelize it and add as much compute as you want. You can also add GPUs and solution like hardware accelerators to accelerate the speed of prediction, and then you can add horizontally scale it by adding more nodes.
Yeah, and at the same time, like it's expandable in terms of adding images also. So it's not only limited to a like predefined set of images, because if you see on the left hand side, the data set or image data set can be like a working data set which is getting updated on a daily basis with a very high volume as well. So clip image encoder will be able to handle encodings, provide it, and soon enough they will be available for the search results to display them.
Like if I show you snowy area with the sunny weather, it's capturing in the real time. So it captures the snow, and plus also like we can see the shadows of the like sun or here. Like if I show you the Diwali celebration at the night, it captures the night and like the earth. If like I just do some query, if I lake view, like it's giving me a view, and if I add like something in it, okay, with a hut, so like it captures the hut and the lake things.
There are a few use cases I quickly want to refresh. So one very common use case with this is e-commerce. So I want to find a yellow shirt with a red collar. How can I do that? Many a times description would say things like that, but if not, you can also search for images having that kind of a combination and that kind of a search query. And the search query is very natural language as well, so it works very well with media companies, like Aniket said. So somebody with large amount of media, you want to surface the content because you want to republish it. Example would be, let's say you are a media company and you want to search your own repository because you're writing an article about American Airlines and the stock going up or down or something like that. So you want to search for American Airlines taking off of JFK Airport, things like that, right? So you can, so that you can reuse your own content in your blogs or your articles. So those kind of things are very common use cases. There might be more use cases that are coming that we might discover, but this is an important image search capability which goes beyond just metadata and text-based search. So there is definitely the metadata generation where we can generate a lot of metadata using something like Vision API. We can determine what is in an image and then do a text search on it. This one goes one step beyond and tries to find latent features and tries to do a natural language search on images, which is what Akanksha is trying to showcase here.